All right. Hello again, everybody. I'm going to be absolutely honest with you. I filmed this entire video a little bit ago. But my microphone was muted. So here I am doing it all over again. I am intelligent. I'm Nismospoolin, everyone's favorite internet nobody. And today we're going to go over some gameplay of me playing Ash in Ranked after the most recent split. I've decided if I'm going to climb back up from the split, I kind of want to do it with a different character. I don't want to keep doing it with the same one. So I've decided this split, I'm going to go all the way back to where I was with Ash. And it's going to be fantastic. And you're going to come along for the journey. I don't want to make this a 20-minute long video. Here, I missed the purple armor, but I thought I got it. I don't want to make this a 20-minute long video, so I'm not going to watch the whole dang thing start to finish. I want to kind of cut in different places and make it shorter. Maybe cut out some of the profanity so I can monetize my videos. So this was all done on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Nismospoolin. Go there, give it a follow, come check me out whenever I'm streaming, etc., etc. I want to do more TikToks and stuff like that, and do more reacts to TikTok. So go follow TikTok, like, comment, subscribe, and we're gonna get into this and talk about how we did it. We landed hot, but there really wasn't anything going on. All the other fights were down to our east. Make sure you kill a crypto drone anytime you see it. Don't let them get by you. Right around here, we get into a little fight. And I want to talk about how we set ourselves up for it. So as you can see here, I'm kind of looking like I'm looking out behind. I'm trying to look from here. I'm trying to look up here and across here, right? If I see anything over here or over here, I want to abandon this plan because I hear the fighting up here. So, and the zone is all the way back here. So we're already going out of we're leaving our good position that we had in order to get some KP. This is only worth it if we third party this. If there's anything to the left or the right, we have to abandon ship. So we want to make sure that we can go back without having to close in on somebody that comes up behind us. So now we see this team to our right, and we're like, okay, we can't fight the third party back there. It could become a problem. I lost my mouse. So we get into this fight here. We can't go for the third party like we wanted to over here. We can't go for that no more. We got to let them fight it out. And we've either got to push these guys back through here and then escape over this way, or we can kill them. So what we do is we get into this little fight. I throw some grenades down there. And thankfully, my teammates pressure this Octane and this Wraith, the Wraith's down here somewhere, into going back into here. But the thing is they get out of there using a jump pad that's down here on the ground. And their Horizon is stuck behind this rock on her own. She can't escape like they did, or like they're trying to do, because she doesn't have the same jump pad to escape to. And she might not have her jump or any of that stuff. So when my teammates press this Octane and this Wraith, I come up with the bright idea that I just saw that Wraith, or not Wraith, that Horizon just chilling there. Like, they're getting out of there, and they're going to stop running to heal, and they're not going to assist this Horizon because they're too busy healing. And I noticed this right as they're running away. And I'm like, ah, let's get him. Surprise. Now, she didn't have many options here, right? because I slid straight into her. Her only options were to either escape this way, leaving her open to my teammates down here, or kill me and go behind cover here to heal while my teammates come for her. She doesn't have that many options, and she takes the smarter one, where it's only a 1v1 between me and her. So that's a smarter option to take, right? If you can win it, you might be able to get out there and you might be able to heal. Your teammates who are over here might be able to come out and assist when you start healing. So she takes the better option here and tries to fight me. It's the only problem is I have the jump. And I've already started doing damage to her before she can fight back. So I get that. I go up back behind this rock. They throw grenades at me. It doesn't do much.
Teammates didn't help you.
And now, my teammates are going to press the advantage onto the other two that are stuck. So we throw that in there. This was dumb. Using my Volt to shoot into a shield like that was stupid. Don't do that, because you only get so much ammo in the Volt. I do it again later on, too. I ping the gold shield for my teammate, because our Wraith's still in blue, and I go looking for these guys. Now, the Octane decides to push back. And here, I keep losing my mouse. Here is where we need to break it down again. So, the Octane, at this point, is about right here on the other side of this fence. And he's running this way. I have options here that I could have ulted up here, right in front of his face, and got into a fight with him. But that leaves me open to getting eliminated by him. Instead, I come up around here, around the side. And I ult where he can't get a direct line of fire on me as I come up through the portal. And that's important, because as he's running up here, if I pop up in front of him, there's a second about where he can slow down. If he's got his weapon put up, he can pull his weapon out and ready himself, and he could already start shooting at where I'm going to pop up, like pre-fire the portal. So if I'm going to push this guy, I want to push in the safest way possible, and then when I'm set up, get in front of his face. And that's what we do. All right, so we know he's right there. I hear him.
Surprise, motherfucker!
I get the shots off because he was still sprinting. He had his weapon up. And now we get out of dodge.
Pick up my
I tell the
gold armor
Wraith,
off of here.
tell the Wraith to grab that gold armor, and then this Wraith runs out from the side here, which was stupid. If that Wraith would have just chilled out and hid, she probably would have lived there.
What's up,
Now we're
serious?
going to move up to her right about here. So, at this point, I'm getting pinged over to my right that there's a team in the zone. I should make that yellow. That there's a team in the zone, and they're using a heat shield to regain health. My teammate wants to go and fight into that heat shield, and I don't want to do that, because if they're in the heat shield, and they've been in the heat shield, they've already got off heals. Down here, I'm at about half HP. I do have full shields, but I'm at about half HP. We're not in the advantage here. So I want to move up into the underside of this thing, give it a listen, see if there's anybody up here, and then go up there and have high ground on all of these people that are stuck around here.
Heat shield over there.
I'm moving up here towards the zip line up.
And now I tell them that's where I'm going. The Wraith comes with,
He's finally talking to me.
but the Valkyrie does not. I believe. No, the Wraith does come. The Valkyrie does come. The Wraith stays out there and tries to fight 1v3 in the zone. So
Angel,
I
can you
can't.
get over here?
I can't convince
Or do you need help?
this Wraith
Yeah, we should fight
to
the
join us
two teams.
on the high ground. So I run on the outside, and this is actually pretty important, especially in solo queue. And that's what this video is about at the end of the day. This is solo queue. You can't tell these people what to do, because they're not going to do it. They're going to take offense to being told what to do. So instead of telling him he needs to come up this way and play my game, I instead play his game with a little twist. So we come out. I know I didn't hear anything up here at the top. I know he's not going to come with because he's too tunnel visioned on this team over here. So I come out and I run up here so he can see me, run up there, and he has a clear shot of coming up here with us, and he now knows in relation to the team that's here, oh, if I go up here, I get a better shot on those down there. So I might as well follow.
We could also take high ground, too.
See? All he's got to do is look left,
Because there ain't nobody up here.
and we can go up. See, you don't want to fight down there in that crater where he's at, right? Because the zone is coming in this way. So there's going to be teams coming out of here. There's going to be teams coming out of here. There's that team that's here. There could be teams flying in. Like, this is going to be a horrible place for us to be in ultimate low ground. This is ultimate low ground. So anybody that comes into this part of the map, albeit from here, over back behind here, they're all looking down on you. You're basically in a fishbowl. One fish in a fishbowl. So you've got to move out. Positioning is key, especially in solo queue. Everybody plays the game different. Everybody plays ranked differently. And I've got bad news for you guys. You're not Timmy. You're not Asu. You're not going to push everybody on the map and win, especially solo queue.
Need to be fought.
If you've got teammates that are capable of taking those fights and they're capable of covering for you when you push and you're capable of covering for them, yeah, pushing all the time works. Getting really high kill games and high damage games works when you have people to cover your ass. In solo queue, 9 times out of 10, you don't have that cover. You need to take position every single time. We know that at least one player in this team just rezzed, and they're going to be low, they're going to have no equipment, and they're not going to want to fight. So we push it as fast as we can. And we see this horizon, boom, right there. And we just immediately take shots off. She was looting this corpse right here. I don't know if it was hers or if it was something that she just found, but she was looting that, and she only had enough time to grab the armor and a wingman and try to escape out this way. And she almost does, if I'm honest with you. So we get some shots in.
Crack.
And I decide again to take position as fast as I can. And I use my ult here to take that position. As long as it's high ground. I always want to be high ground in solo queues. Always. And now I've got clear shots on him running away right there.
Got one.
And it didn't take much to get rid of them. At least one of them. And now I don't want them to res that. So I'm going to push it.
Ah, I shot that the wrong.
But I throw the worst tether I've ever seen in my life. Shout outs to that tether. Now, I shot at that shield with my Volt because I knew that I was going to be able to get another weapon soon. Either off of that horizon or off of the Wraith that ran out to the back here. Now I know I'm really low on ammo. I've got to push that Wraith. I've got to get that weapon. I've got to get something for the end of this game.
Their team is right here.
So I find her. I heard her running around in the back there, right? And I wanted to cover her escape this way. I know it's a Wraith. At this point, I know it's a Wraith because I've seen her, and I know that she can just Wraith form out and escape through that way without getting caught in my tether. But there's always a chance she doesn't have Wraith form up. And she'll try to escape and run right into that tether. So I threw it up there. I could have thrown it down here on her, but I didn't know exactly where she was going to pop up because I started throwing that before I came around this corner. So I threw it up there just in case she was trying to run away and get out through that way. She stops moving a little bit. I hit her with a shotgun. My teammate scares the hell out of me.
Oh, that was
And
a fucking team.
I managed to grab her weapon.
Jesus Christ.
Not much to it, though. There's no extended mag or anything like that. But one thing that I should tell all of you guys that are watching this video and any other video that I ever make, whenever I have students, because I do teach students like in my Discord and stuff like that, the first thing I have them learn is to be accurate
Yeah, I dropped the bolt.
and
because there's not much
effective
ammo in it.
with any weapon with no attachments. You go into the training range and you just get really good at
Alright, we should just go here.
every weapon that you could possibly find with 0 attachments. Because you never know when you're going to be in that situation. It's actually more rare that you'll have a fully kitted weapon anyway, right? And if you're really good with no attachments, when you have the attachments, you're going to be unstoppable. So always practice and train with no attachments. Always. If you go into aim trainers or anything like that, well, aim trainers doesn't matter because everyone's got the same shit. But if you go into the shooting range, never pick up attachments. Ever. Get good without it. And then you'll find when you do have a weapon that does have a gray attachment or something like that, the game is easier. So as we come over here, we know there's a fight going over onto the east. There's a team up on that platform over there.
We should just gatekeep them.
And I make the idea to gatekeep them. It's not a bad call because we do have a pretty good exit back over this way and onto the zip line. Like, it's an incredibly effective exit strategy, right? We don't have to climb up nothing. Like, it's super easy. And we're going to be high ground the entire time. So we just stay up here. And we let these 2 other teams duke it out in front of us and just kind of harass them a little bit. Get some evos and whatnot. You know? Try to get that red evo before the end of the game.
Oh, I'm so close to that.
Whatever you've got to do.
I don't have the range for this.
My teammate doesn't have the range for it, but he thinks that we're trying to get eliminations here. We're not trying to get eliminations. We're just harassing them. And I've said that a bunch of times in these videos. Not every time you shoot at something has to be for an elimination. It can just be to harass somebody. It could just be to be annoying. Because the more annoying you are, the more mistakes they're going to make.
Side over here.
And you can capitalize on those mistakes once they make them. Because you're in a better position. And you're about to see this team make a bunch of mistakes. Now, that's a solo Valkyrie ulting there, and I didn't know. I thought it was a full team. But look at this.
Whole brains.
Easy. I can hear him to the right, behind the truck.
I got
Easy.
that kill.
1 shot. And now this Wraith is stuck in here. Living, by the way. So the Wraith forms out of that door and goes back behind here. And I thought I saw or heard her do it, but I wasn't entirely sure. And I figured a solo wasn't that big of a deal. I was more worried about where that Valkyrie went because I didn't know if that Valkyrie had a full team or not. Because I don't know if my teammates saw it, but they never told
There's
me
one down here.
that it was a solo. So we'll just move forward a little bit to where things get a little bit more spicy. Now we're kind of looking at this Valk that I thought was a full team, or at least 2. And she's just kind of opening up the door and closing it on us. It doesn't get much more exciting until we move down here. So I'm trying to scope this out. I'm trying to figure it out. If my teammates know that that's a solo, they should have told me. But it's really, really difficult to get solos to tell you anything. Like, I want all the information all the time. If you don't want to hear me talk, that's fine. I'll talk a little bit. But I want my teammates to just blah, 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 the entire time. So I know that now that the zone is moving, I know for a fact that whoever was back here has not died yet. Or else it would have shown up on the top. There's still 3 teams. I know that. And I know one of them is behind. And one of them is us. So whoever it was back there has to come through here now. And I know this. And so do you, the viewer. You know this. So I go looking. And there she is, boys. Not the cleanest kill ever, but whatever. It's hard to get a really good clean kill on a Wraith. Because she's always invisible and stuff.
Got an assist.
And now I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to push this. Now, I had an inkling that this was a solo player at this point. Because if it was a full team, when we started fighting, they would have pushed out. As soon as we started fighting. But it didn't happen. They didn't have the confidence for it. So I was like, okay, this is probably not a full team, and it may even be a solo. So I'm going in. And now I hear my teammates start shooting, so I'm like, okay, she's up here. Easy. I did it. Very easy. As you can see by that, positioning is huge in solo queue. I know when you watch, like, Twitch streams and some YouTube, most YouTube content, some Twitch streams of the really good players, you see them always pushing all of the time, and they're always getting loads of kills. But you need to try to appreciate how they're playing and also realize that you're not that guy. Everybody plays differently, and sometimes the most effective strategy for you to win more games and get more eliminations is to play smart and to move at the right times and move to the right places at the right times. It's very common to see people just living on the edge of the zone and being scared. There's a difference between being scared and living on the edge of the zone and thinking your movements way ahead like you're playing chess and then moving to those places and taking fights when it's appropriate. Right? Sometimes, even if you get jumped on, there's ways for you to disengage that and turn the fight in your favor. If you get jumped on, you are immediately in the red. You're on the back foot. If you get jumped on, you're not supposed to win that. But if you can disengage with everybody alive and you could reset the fight, everyone back at 100 health, you can be the decider of when that fight takes place. And you can get the first shots. And you can win it. You don't always have to push into everything. Just W keying through games will get you stuck in gold or get you stuck in plat. When you get to diamond or masters, you're going to have a really, really, really hard time W keying through everything. Even in plat, you're going to have a hard time W keying through everything. You need to make good, proper, informed decisions. Think about where you're going to go and then commit to it. If you get jumped on while you're rotating, you need to figure out a way to get out of that fight, get situated to where you're comfortable again, and then realize that if they hopped onto you while you're running into a zone, that they're going to be behind in the zone now. So you could just turn around and shoot at them as they come in through the zone. There's so many different ways to win these engagements and win these fights without W keying through everything or hot dropping every single game. But that's just my 2 cents. I just wanted to get another video out to you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Go follow TikTok. I'm going to make more TikToks, and I'm going to react to TikTok content. So if you follow me on there and you tag me in your videos or whatever, I can find them, and I can react to them, and I can make videos, and it'd be really cool for everybody. This has been real. Trying to make more YouTube videos. It can be difficult, especially when I'm trying to do all these different things at once. Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, freaking all the other crap. It's really hard to be consistent on all of them, so I really appreciate you guys watching, liking, commenting, all that other good stuff, because, man, growing be hard out here. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.